Hey friends, it's Tracy. Welcome to today's video. It is a special one today because it is the DIY mystery box challenge day, and it is going to be fantabulous. Let me tell you, I have this box right here to open. I don't know what's in it. I haven't opened it yet, but let me tell you, if you're not familiar with the DIY mystery box challenge, it is hosted by Courtney of Creative on the Cheap, and she puts together a group of core YouTubers. She has several that does it every time that she, does this, schedules this. It's now I think they're up to like maybe every other month. And so then if she has some open spots, then she'll ask some other YouTubers that want to, be involved in this. And so what the deal is that Courtney sends us, since she's the hostess, she tells us what we need to do, what store we need to buy it from, or anything like that, and how much we need to spend. And then we go out and put them all in a box and we ship it to another YouTuber. And so then I, in turn, get a box from someone that Courtney has selected for me. Now, my box came from the sweet Whitney of Whiskey and Wit. Let me tell you, she is so super talented. She is just phenomenal, just rocks all of her DIYs. I'm so excited to see what is in here, and I'm a little nervous too because she knocks it out of the park. Now, my box went to Jennifer of A Little Bit of Common Crazy, another fantastic, absolutely wonderful DIYer, and I cannot wait to see what she does with the things that I selected in my box. Now, don't worry, there will be a playlist a link in the description of my video, and you can see all of the DIYers. You can see who, what Jennifer did with my box, what I did with Whitney's box, and what everybody else in this collaboration did together. So thank you so much, Courtney, for including me. I'm so honored to be here. And let's go ahead and get this box opened up, and let's see what Whitney has purchased for me and what I'm going to DIY. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll see what Whitney has for me to do. And then also in here to DIY, there's supposed to be 2 challenge items, something that we need to incorporate in our DIY. And then this one is we have to include a twist of what we want our person to do, as well as something that they've selected for us. So I'm a little nervous about this. So let me go ahead and see what's in here, what Whitney has decided for me to do. All right. Oh, how cute. Cute paper. All right, Tracy. Challenge. Okay. So she told me what the challenge items are in white. Brown envelope is your extra special challenge. Yay. Tracy, welcome back to the challenge. I'm so thrilled to be sending you this box of spring goodies. I'm freezing in Illinois, so I was thinking warm thoughts as I shopped. I went to Dollar Tree, Walmart, and Hobby Lobby for this one. I hope you love it. Happy crafting. Don't hate me for the challenges. Enjoy, Whitney. Oh my goodness, Whitney. I watch all of your videos, so I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, girl. A little nervous. It's all in fun. Look how cute this is. Okay, guys, I'm looking at this for the first time. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So it says, Tracy, open me for your extra mystery challenge. So we're going to put that to the side. So those are my challenge items. So here's my goodies. Oh, how cute. Oh, look at this, guys. Okay, all right. The wheel's already turning. It's already turning. Okay. Got that. Oh, looky here. Got a little wooden bunny. Okay. All right. Oh, looky here. We got a carrot, wood carrot. My wheel's already turning. All right. And then we have some tags, some gift tags, brown paper tags. All right. And then we have a box here. Let's see what's in here. Oops. Oh, some paint. Oh, cute. So we have, y'all know me, I love my chalk paint. So we have some paint in ballet slipper. We also have lavender and pool. Oh, wow. Looky here. We have some beautiful fabric. Very nice. Okay. And then some wooden circle pieces. Okay. Looky here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Looky here. Oh, and wall creations with this beautiful hydrangea flowers and this right here, and then the pink. Now, these are my challenge items where they're supposed to be fun. And then this one right here is my extra challenge item. So we're going to say that one last. Some play slide creations, some dolls. Okay. All right, let's see. How cute. Oh my goodness, I loved paper dolls when I was growing up. Faux fur pom-poms. Faux fur pom-poms. So that's my second challenge item that I need to incorporate in my DIY. Okay, so then this one is the twist. So it's here in this. Okay, let's see. Your extra special challenges. Option 2, you must work with 3 elements in one DIY. Wood, metal, and plastic. Okay, that is my challenge. Okay. All right, I think we can do this. Let's go ahead and get started and let the DIY challenge mystery box challenge begin.
These are some of the supplies I'm using for this project. Now, first I took the wood bunny and just used my heat tool to heat up the tail and the inner part of the ears to get that off, because I'm going to be adding some fabric. One of the plastic tiles. Now, I got mine from Family Dollar because I could never find them at the Dollar Tree. Anyway, so I flipped my bunny over to the side that I wanted to trace so that it would be the right side. Then I just cut it out with my scissors and then glued it down with some Fabri-Tac glue. I did have to go back in some spots to add some hot glue around the edges just to make sure that it was, down. So I'm taking the lavender chalk paint and I am giving it a good coat of that just with this little sponge brush roller. And then once that dries, I go back later and add a second coat. While my bunny is drying, I'm going to Mod Podge put a layer of Mod Podge on my wood inner parts of my ears, and then I'm just going to add some fabric. I cut off some pieces of that beautiful fabric just so that I could get these flowers on there, and then I just cut off the excess, just with my fabric scissors. Okay, so then now I'm taking just thin strips of the fabric. I ripped it apart and then I cut about 4-inch strips, and just enough for me to kind of work with. I tie it off in the middle and then I'm going to trim it pretty good. This is going to be my fluffy tail for my cute little lavender bunny. When my bunny is dry, I'm taking some plaster color chalk paint as well as a palette knife and just going along and just kind of hitting the high parts of that raised area of the plastic tile. This really just kind of gives it like a chippy look and just really kind of just gives it the distress look that I like for my projects. Now in some spots I was kind of being a little too fast and I got a little too clumpy. So what I did is I just went back and just added more of the lavender paint and, so that it wouldn't be so splotchy in certain areas. I use my distress ink just to go around the edges to give it a shadow. And then I glued the inner part of the ears on. I glued the tail on. And now I'm going to make a little tag. I took one of the brown tags that was in my mystery box, and that is what I'm going to make as a tag. Now I'm also taking a piece of muslin fabric and I just hand lettered blessed on there. I'm going to rip that or give it the jagged edges, and then I will glue that on the tag. And then I'm going to be using some of that fabric as well as some moss green gingham fabric just to rip some strips and make a bow. I'm also using some jewelry cording. I like to add this to my bows and that kind of thing. I think it gives just a little bit of a rustic touch. For this project, I am using the metal umbrella as well as one of my challenge items. All right, so I just pulled out some styrofoam and I just cut it up with my serrated knife just so that it would fit into the umbrella. And then the little flowers came from Walmart. The pip berries came from Hobby Lobby. And so I just just figure out how I want my little flowers in there. I used 3 of the bunches of the purple flowers, and then I had some sprigs of white little flowers left over from a different project, and I just used them in there just for some added texture and dimension. Okay, so I also use some fine excelsior. I like that for my whimsical projects. And then I'm just sticking in my pip berries for extra cuteness. Now, this is one of the challenge items that was in my mystery box, so I'm using that. I'm trying to find 2 of them that are kind of the same at the bottom because I want to make a tag for my umbrella a spring sign. And so I figure out which 2 of those are basically in my mind the same. And so I just cut those apart just using my box blade and my self-healing mat, and just go back and forth until I, get it to break apart. Now, to paint the little signs, I just use some plaster color chalk paint. We all have that. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and notch the where it looks like the tag. I'm kind of going like that. You see those tags on Pinterest where they're kind of like offset a little bit. And so, yeah, that's kind of what the thought process that I had in my mind, just on a smaller scale. And so I'm using some gray paint just to add just a little bit of shadow around my tags because I just like that for my projects. I'm using a dark purple permanent marker to write out the letters Happy Spring. Now, to add the holes to my tags, I'm just using my Crocodile just to put 2 small holes in that, and then that is what I'm going to use to attach the tags to my little metal umbrella. So I just write Happy Spring on there and do my little happy dots, what I like to do. Then also I decided to pull out 2 flowers from my stash. Now these were from Hobby Lobby, and they came on these little clothespins, but I didn't want the clothespin. I'm going to use a little flower. I thought I was going to use both of them on this tag, but once I got them done, I ended up using just one of them on the tag, and then I put the other one on my bunny from the first project. And so it all worked out really good. I just gave the burlap flower a coat of the lavender paint, and then I'm just doing some little doodling around my tags. I add some, just some stripes and all that kind of stuff that I like to do. I added some splattering for it, and then I'll just attach all of them together. Now, how I attach my tags to my metal umbrella is I have had this for a little while. I have this purple wire that I got on sale at Walmart. I think this is a Walmart tag. And so that is just something that I just have. And so I punched a hole with my Crocodile in the metal umbrella in the front, and then I just thread my purple wire through there, and then I just use my I just used my needle nose pliers just to bend it around and give it a curly cue so that it was all nice and cute. Guys, as I mentioned, this is the DIY Mystery Box Challenge. Now look at all of these talented creatives, DIYers, YouTubers. Oh my goodness, I told you I am in elite company. Now there will be a playlist link to all of our videos in the description box below so that you can hop to one to the other and you can be entertained for some time. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back into the DIYs and let me show you some more things that I pulled out of my DIY box from Whitney. This next project is using another one of my challenge items, which is this faux fur pom-pom. Now, of course, I was like, what am I going to do with this? And it dawned on me, I'm going to create a sunflower. So what I'm going to use as my petals is some cardboard. Now, this may be a little bit stretch of the imagination, but I have recently did one like this, a spring bouquet that I participated in an event that was cardboard DIYs. And so I created that for my project. All right, so I just traced out 8 petals and the yellow color is curry color chalk paint. And then I'm going to be doing, what I like to do. I like to shade my projects with some paint, some brown paint. I like to doodle. I like to add some dry brushing. And so this is just, something that I like to do for my projects. And I'm so grateful that so many sweet friends love this style of crafting as well. This is just an idea. Okay, so then for the center, I am just using those circles, two of those wooden circles that was also in my mystery box, just to hold my flower together. And then once all my petals were dry, I go back and I add, some black Sharpie marker, some doodling, some, squiggles and all of that stuff. Just kind of like my rustic style of painting. I also add some black splatters as well as some white splatters. Now that is just my style of painting, this is just inspiration. And so to assemble my flower, I have one of the circles and I just place 4 of them on there like that, then glue them down. And then I go back and I place the other 4 in between them to create my sunflower. And for the center part, I take the other brown circle that I doodled on, and then I will glue that in the center of my flower. And then I will actually glue the pom-pom on there for the center, just to, make it my fun center for my sunflower. Now, since this is cardboard or cereal box, whatever, it bends very easy. And so what I did is I just kind of played around with it, kind of bending the petals, that kind of thing. And it looks really nice. So that's what I'm going to do. I ran out of cereal box for this project, but what I do is I have this, from some spring snacks that I'm going to make another sunflower using that other two-tone brown fur pom-pom. for my carrot, I'm using pumpkin chalk paint for the orange part and then leaf green for the top. I gave it 2 coats of that. Then for the faux plaid pattern, that's just what I call it, I'm using my fan brush, and my favorite way to do the faux plaid pattern is just take a few of those bristles and some, I'm just using plaster chalk paint here, and I give it vertical lines down, then I go back and do the stripes across the horizontal lines like that. For the top, I did add a little bit of shadowing with the black paint, and then also I will add it to the orange part as well. And then I am going to add some extras by adding some paint splatters. I'm going to be adding some squiggles, some doodles. I'll use my black Sharpie marker. I'll do all of that stuff. And then to tie it off, I just use some raffia and just make a simple little carrot here. I just tied a little raffia bow, and then I use one of those craft color tags also in my mystery box, and just hand lettered carrots for sale. I did my happy dots. I put some little white highlights in each of the happy dots, and then just tied it off with the raffia bow, and I just love the way that this turned out. Friends, if you are new to me, my name is Tracy, and I love to share crafty ideas with a bit of rustic country charm. I would love it if you would check out my channel and maybe consider subscribing, because I would love it if you would become part of my community. I do love to share crafty ideas with a bit of rustic country charm. I say the beauty is in the details. I love my happy dots, my torn edges, and my paint splatters. All right, guys, I want to thank Courtney for including me in this DIY mystery box challenge, and Whitney for some amazing things to DIY with. All right, guys, let me go ahead and show you my twist that Whitney had included for me to do. This next project is checking that extra challenge twist off of my list. Now I must work with 3 elements into one DIY: wood, metal, and plastic. All right, so I'm starting with the cigar box, as well as one of those little dolls from my other challenge pack. For the metal, I am using this metal ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and for the plastic part, I am using 4 tops of plastic water bottles. So I'm going to stain my cigar box using the antique wax and a baby wipe. This is my favorite way to get some stain on wood pieces. Everyone has their own things that work for them, and this is just what I like a lot. So I just stain the inside, the outside, the sides, all the way around. I just gave it a coat of this stain. I didn't seal it or anything. It's just kind of works great like this. All right, so then for that one doll, I just cut off the legs, and then I gave that a coat of the stain. Now my next I'm going to be measuring out the metal ribbon. Now I will tell you, this metal ribbon is very sharp, and so what I'm doing is I am making a special box for my grandson. Now he is receiving his first Holy Communion in April. We don't have the exact date yet, but when I do, I will go ahead and put his name and put the exact date on it for him as a keepsake. And so he was really trying to help me come up with the different things, different ideas for different projects. And so once I decided on doing this, I'm like, yes, I am going to give him this box. Okay, so now what I did is I went and took another one of those dolls out of the pack because I changed my mind, and I decided to make a cross. And so instead of just having one of those dolls and make like a name plate, I was going to put his name and then the date. I decided, no, sometimes crosses are a little bit jagged. And so using another one of those challenge items, which is the dolls, the paper doll looking things, not things, but the play side pack that I shared, I chose another one that, I have two of them that would make a very nice looking cross. And then I stained that one, and then just to give it some extra depth and dimension, I just went around it with my distress ink. As I mentioned, the metal ribbon is very sharp when you cut it. So to hide that and to cover it up, make sure that, he doesn't cut his little fingers. I am just using this burlap trim from the Dollar Tree, just gluing that on. It really adds a very nice touch to this box and kind of covers up that metal as well. All right, so then for the cross, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down with some E6000 and hot glue. Just use a combo of that. There in the corner, I'm going to go ahead and probably on my Cricut, I'll probably, put his name and the date of the First Holy Communion, just so it's so special. And so then I will glue that down, like I said, with E6000 and some hot glue. Now, for the top part of the cross, I decided to use one of these from a package from the Dollar Tree as well. And that is, I just picked out one of those, and oh, it just looks so nice. I just love that Dollar Tree has these little cutouts now that we can use for our projects. Okay, so then for the plastic part, I'm going to use those, yes, as little risers, little feet on this box. So that's my plastic part. So how I painted them, I used hazelnut chalk paint, and one coat was very good coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on the bottom to make it look, have a little riser on the box. Again, the playlist link will be in the description box below. A huge thank you to Courtney for including me in this DIY challenge, and also a huge thank you to Whitney for some amazing things to DIY with. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. God bless you, and we will see you in the next video.